Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to Ali Kamenova Yoga. I'm Ali, and today we're doing yoga for assertiveness because we're still working on the core and we're still focusing on third chakra, which I think is my favorite chakra, but don't hold me to it because I probably will say that about other chakras if we do classes for them or when we do classes for them. But I feel that this is one of the chakras that I embody the most. We all have strong and weak chakras, and third chakra has always resonated with me because it means willpower, center of the personality, center of the self, self-esteem, power to transform, warrior energy, assertiveness, clarity. And the transformation is big because transformation is part of the journey, part of our path. And without transformation, there is stagnation only. Everything has to transform, yoga included, we included, and change is part of the transformation. So it's the willpower, it's the common sense in the individual, the assertiveness in the world, clarity about things in our life, clarity, self-discipline, discipline, how the personality expresses itself, because solar plexus is the sun energy, the warmth in the body. It can radiate warmth on different levels, warmth in the physical body. And I'll tell you a little story. When I was in high school and I would walk home with my friend and it was snowing and super cold and I didn't wear a lot of clothes. I would have a thin jacket and a thin shirt under because I had a lot of warmth, but I would get cold because it was night time, walking at very dark, and I would have her hold my hand. I'll close my eyes and I just will radiate from here heat into my entire body, and let me tell you, it worked. So in the very cold winter I was able to generate heat, and she would hold me so I don't fall. But it is the warmth in the body and the warmth in the personality. I always talk about willpower and also staying strong in your beliefs. It is the core of the personality. So we're talking about this persona in this lifetime. It covers a lot of this persona, this ego, which is very important because we're meant to embody this particular persona and use its powerful points, its advantages, so that we can advance on our path, whatever we're meant to accomplish, soul-wise, path-wise, world-wise. So this is yoga for assertiveness, which is also clarity, because after clarity, assertiveness comes. And after understanding ourselves deeply, assertiveness comes. And let's flow with strength and ease. Starting at the front of the mat, let's begin to roll the shoulders back continuously, keeping the chin parallel to the floor and keeping the knees bent so that we slowly can start bringing the knees and the pelvis and the core into the movement. So we're not isolating the shoulders. But we're bringing from the shoulders movement in the entire body, pelvis. It's that swinging movement of the tailbone, pelvis. And feel how this awakens the entire body. And let's bring the hands into it. Keep the belly firm, beginning to firm it up and feel it, moving into that area of the third chakra. And the core does go all the way up to fourth chakra from the first. So it really, the core of the core, I would say, is third, or the upper part. Feel the body. And let's inhale the hands over the head and begin to swing very gently, tenderly side to side. Feel the ephemeral nature of the movement. So imagine yourself, instead of as a solid physical being, imagine layers of bodies surrounding you, which is what actually the science of, or a chakra, not the science but the study of chakras tells us, or any spiritual study that will go into it. That's why we feel not just with the body, but we feel outside of it, and we are susceptible or feel energies. So imagine the different bodies, layers of different finer and finer bodies extending out of you, layering like an onion, like the layers of an onion, and we're just moving. The movement that you see seaweeds, algae have in the ocean, in the deep ocean, there's this watery nature to the movement. Feel it. Exhale, the hands behind you clasping, open the chest, lift through the heart, firm the belly. Feel the third chakra. So when we're firming, we're feeling the entire core culminating into the solar plexus. Exhale, the hands on the knees. Let's start with vacuums. Exhaling in hollow. Two more. One last. Inhale, reaching over the head, clasping the hands, reach over to one side, side bend, opposite side, side bend, back to center, exhale, diving. Tuning into the breath. Feel the depth of the breath. It should be coming from the depth of your body, of your core. Let's bend the knees. Take the left hand on the floor. You can straighten the right knee now and take the right arm up. Feel the stretch moving through the hamstrings. Lengthen the torso. Reach over. That really goes deep into the obliques. Hips, opposite side. Bending the right knee, straightening the left, pushing the hip back, reach back, lift, lengthen, reach forward, exhale down, plank, and feel how you're held up here by the power of your core. Third chakra is holding you up effortlessly. Lower down. And downward facing dog. Breathe here. Early on in my life, I did have big, deep realizations about assertiveness and about the power of conviction, flexibility, but also groundedness in your beliefs. And that's all third chakra realizations, because when we truly understand something from the core of our being, we're residing in truth. And although we're always willing to transform and change, we also understand our beliefs, and we're willing to stand for them. And to be assertive when needed, with kindness, softness, and wisdom. And back to plank. I want to work on strength here. And you can bring your knees down on the ground for chaturanga and lower down chaturanga, upward dog, and flow back fluidly to down dog, and again plank to chaturanga to upward dog, and give it a good rounding of the back when you flow back to down dog. One more time, plank really strong, floating, good, upward dog, and fluidity back, very good, walking in place. Inhale the right leg up, lift. Take your left hand, keep it on the floor, and take the right hand up. You can just tap it off the floor and see how that goes, or try to grab that ankle. Give it a few tries. Focus. And release. Take a proper tabletop and lift here. Lift, 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 lift the firmness of the top of the body and the strength of the back side of the body. And we're going to take the right leg down, left leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until the body is burning, and reverse to one-legged down dog to high lunge. Two hands over the heart, warrior 3. Again, floating, feel the strength of the center of your body, which takes you into the poses effortlessly. Chair at the front of the mat. Inhale, reaching over the head, arch. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, look ahead. Plank to chaturanga, to upward dog, to downward facing dog. Take the left leg up. Look at your right hand and begin to shift that balancing, for that balancing pose. You really have to focus on the drishti here and steady the mind. Ignore everything for a moment and just be in your body. And step it behind, tabletop, firm, firm, firm. Let's take the right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. And high lunge. Hands in prayer, warrior 3. Level the hips and feel the firmness of your midsection, especially solar plexus. Step it at the front. Chair, close the eyes and imagine a spinning ball of fire where your solar plexus is. That turns into the sun. Go a little deeper. Tuck the tailbone slightly. And go a little deeper until your body is totally burning. Good. Exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, look ahead of you. Plank, floating. Chaturanga, upward dog. Downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step it through. Right hand comes up, twisting lunge. Keep the back heel straight up. And here we're going to close in the right foot. Take a little stretch on the side. And shift a few times as needed. Lowering the forearms down and shifting. Just to bring movement, fluidity into the hips, inner thighs. That brings a lot of ki into that area. And walk to the front. Let's take the right hand forward, steady. This allows you to really focus on how firm the midsection is so that it can stabilize you and come up. Lower the knee down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale down. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. A mini stomach vacuum as you exhale here. Hollow the belly in downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, step it through. Right hand on the floor, left arm up in a twist. Press the back heel up. Explore the twist. It's coming from the strength of your core. Ease into it, don't push it, don't force it. It has to come from integrity rather than too much desire. So think strength here, and the strength brings you into fluidity. And you can bring the hands on the floor, closing the left foot, and do a few movements here. You can explore how much you can lower the forearms. It is not necessary. You can stay on the hands and just breathe into the hips and inner thighs and the interpelvic area, because we're really stretching the entire groin area, which is a constellation of many muscles. It connects the legs to the torso, to the core. And back to the front. Now firm up as you explore the misalignment here. Firm up the midsection, the leg, the inner thigh. Reach with your left hand forward. Come up. Let's lower the knee. Keep everything moving steadily down and up, knees back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and plank. Lower down onto your belly, and let's lift the left leg off the floor and then the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opposite hand to leg lift, and then change, change, change. The opposite side of the other side of the core. Keep going. 1, 2, length. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's go into child's pose. After extension, flexion, which really tones the nervous system. That was one of the first things I fell in love in yoga with. It was the upward facing dog to downward facing dog that really tones the whole nervous system. Peripheral and central nervous system physically from the movement. So then it induces a sense of peace and well-being in the end of the practice. Let's come up on the knees, camel pose. Coming up, shift onto the right knee. You can double pad your mat here to keep padding under the knee that's on the ground. And here we're going to step the left foot forward onto the tippy toes and reach up, lower down, right hand to the right leg. You can twist and explore the hip. Great. Reverse it into a hamstring stretch. Level the hips. Lengthen the spine. Beautiful. Opposite side. Coming onto the tippy toes, feel that hip and reach down to the left leg and lift and lengthen. And a hamstring stretch. Square the hips and lengthen the spine and plank. Here we're gonna go for the good old knee tucks, right leg only. Knee tuck between the elbows. 1, 2. Try to level the hips, steady them, and just move the knee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opposite side. 1, without swinging the body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Press it back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the feet, back of the mat, and straight back. Come up. If you have a wall, hopefully you do, come up to the wall and place your hands behind you on the wall. Now make sure that your feet are stepping forward and walk a little further down the wall as much as you're enjoying it here, and try to work with the elbows. See if you're flaring them, close them in a little bit, widening the back. And you can walk out of it. Taking a break, and we'll go one more time. Feet are hip width apart. Open the toes, extending the tailbone down. Feel the pelvis and lift through not just the heart, but also think about the solar plexus here. Lifting through the solar plexus. And walk it out. Yeah. So letting the spine relax, we're just going to glide water. And to just reverse the wall work, lower the hands down onto the floor and take one leg to the wall without taking your curtain off, and the other leg can be forward, toes working. You can touch the wall, again thinking about the solar plexus. And let's lower the left leg on the floor. Lift the right leg in standing splits, changing. Again, you can use the wall here, the wall that's behind your bum basically. So you can spin around depending on which wall we want, because I have two walls here. And I'll give you another minute so you can adjust your wall both stands. You can use the wall for standing half splits. The little bit of resistance helps here. Change sides. Try to close in that left hip if the left leg is up, so that your hips are square. Great, let's stretch them. Squat down. Yogic squat. And let's walk into plank. Twisting one side hips and then the other. Really feel the core here. Lengthen the torso so that you are involving the solar plexus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a break. Before going to bed tonight, ask yourself a general question about your core values and have clarity during sleep. Allow for clarity during sleep. When we're very steady in our beliefs, I find that we're easily and kindly assertive. When we're not sure, then we get yappy and defensive. But when we're really, really steady and grounded and strong in our beliefs, that's when we're unfazed. And assertiveness doesn't even need to happen, but when it does, it's really kind and real, coming from a place of truth, knowingness, and love. It doesn't come from a place of wanting to fight or wanting to be or being too defensive, but it comes from a steadiness of understanding our true self. And I'm doing this on purpose here, because the true self coming from for this life, this true personality connected to the eternal self, is seated in this chakra. Plank, and we're gonna round the back and pull into the third chakra, so in the solar plexus here. Pull in and round the back and flex as hard as you can until you're shaking. upper abs work. And again, really flex them. You're gonna give yourself an upper 4-pack. And smile, because it's a lot of work. Just get a zap. Shake, shake, shake. From squeezing, good. Let's lower down onto the belly, cobra. Stretch that flexed area. And down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step it through. High lunge. Hands on the hips. Standing on the right leg. And let's go ballet lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And lift straight back. 1, 2. So we're using the hamstrings. If you touch actually the ball of the hamstring, the way the biceps have a ball of a muscle, the hamstring is exactly the same. When you level and square the hips and lift straight back, we're working on the hamstrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step it back in high lunge, lower down 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands in prayer twist. Step onto the right leg and take the left leg parallel to the floor. Step it back. Vinyasa. Left leg comes up. High lunge. Hands on the hips. Step it at the front. 1. You can keep the standing knee bent. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I so feel the burn here. High lunge with knee dips. 1, 2. Imagine you're pushing your hip flexor and pelvis forward here. 4, 5, 6, 7, which goes all the way. If you touch here, this should be really flexing. We're stretching it and strengthening it at the same time. Let's do 3 more. Hands in prayer twist. And step or shift your weight onto the left leg. Take the right leg parallel to the floor. And enjoy this. Awesome. Plank, round it and push, pull everything in. And good. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Spread the fingers open. Breathe. Take the right leg up, step it through. High lunge. And here we're going to step at the front and we're just going to open the leg straight out. So I'm just facing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Open the knee out. Either hold the knee and open it, or hold the big toe and open it. You can tuck the tailbone under and flex the glutes. When you flex the glutes, you stretch the front a little more effectively and allow for the inner thigh to stretch. 3 pose. to dancer's pose. So first square the hips so that we're not rotating in movement, and then open. And step it at the front, exhale, forward fold, inhale, look ahead, plank, round, 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 pull everything in. Third chakra area flexing to opening, heart and third chakra opening to down dog. Take the left leg up, step it through to high lunge, step it at the front and open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Either grab your knee or your big toe and open, flexing that other side booty. And whenever you're ready, 3 pose. And grab your ankle. First square the hips and then dancer's pose. And release. Here we're going to step it out and draw figure eights with the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the sign for infinity. 6, straight back. 9 and 10. And you can stretch side to side. And stretch the hips here, kind of twerky moving, just twerk to one side and the other, feeling the hip area. Straighten the legs, forward fold. Smack your hamstrings, smack, smack, smack. I loved it in the workshop. I don't remember what we smacked. We smacked a butt or something, or a hamstring, I don't remember, but the sound of everybody clapping together created, that's usually what brings a group together, is asking them to create a sound together, like a clap in rhythm. Booty smack, self booty smack, in rhythm, hamstring smack. All right, the hands underneath the shoulders, take the right arm up. Left arm up, lower down, come up, step at the front. Inhale, reach over the head, exhale, diving down, forward fold. Feel fluidity, but at the same time as you're moving, especially in the strength moves, feel the integrity, the strength of your torso and of this area. So when I'm moving up, I really feel how I was able to fire it up throughout this class just by using the power of intention. Moving down. I feel if I'm to teach one type of yoga, that is the one that I would mostly feel confident in teaching. Third chakra. And then the last one, the last one is just because it's a little more dissolving, understanding dissolving. This one is the opposite of dissolving. Instead of oneness, you feel the clarity of the personality. Inhale the right leg up and let's go into wow thing, maybe into wheel. Again, radiating through the third chakra. And now the heart. Push forward through the heart, so the chest pushes forward and reverse it, step it through. High lunge with kickbacks. So kick, 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 and crescent. Chaturanga with a leg lift. Upward dog, down dog. Breathe. Take the left leg up, step it down, lift while think, maybe. Will first lifting through the turret, and as the breath guides you, your chest will want to press forward eventually. Make sure that your knees and feet are facing forward so that you're elongating the tailbone and not putting too much crunch in the lower back. If you're aligned, you will feel it properly. And high lunge to kickbacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step at the front. Take a big step to the side. Let's take plie. And a little bit of Kundalini Yoga 1, 2. So the spin comes from here. Focus on the solar energy here. The spinning fire sun ball. 1, 2. Release to vacuum. Two more vacuums. And one more. Okay. I know that some of you are dying to do this pose, so let's do it briefly. Feel free to pause the video if you want to do it for another 30 seconds. I'll do it for 10 to 20 seconds. And I'll move into, join me when you're ready, into pigeon. Let's twist a little here. Open the chest, widen the back, lengthen through the crown, and opposite side. Level the hips, lengthen the spine, keep the rib cage lifted. So I'll ask maybe on the group for the next challenge. Spoiler alert, I think it will be Booty 2.0. But then for December, I'm thinking intention, purpose, mindfulness, vinyasa. So vinyasa for purpose, just clarifying our purpose, meditating on it, because December is a quiet meditative month leading into the start of the year. But if you have ideas for December, for something that also can invite people into the community, something that will be interesting and useful to people, let me know in the comments. I have a strong desire for purpose, but I'm really open to something interesting, or even not interesting, something practical for December. Great. You can twist here and lengthen. And I will just lay down onto my back. Lay for a moment, one hand onto the belly button, one onto the solar plexus. And let's move the first hand further down onto the lower belly. And just lay, soaking up the benefits of the practice. Let's lift the legs up, lower them down slightly, lift your head off the floor, press the lower back down, touch your core, and really firm the core. We can move the hands as something to count, but really it's an isometric flexing hold. Let's go into plow. To shoulder stand. To knees over the ears. Slowly lower down. Slowly, slowly. And let's touch the toes here. You can touch your stomach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pelvic tilt with the stomach hollow. So instead of movement, pelvic tilt, hollow the belly and hold the tilt. Isometric hold, squeeze. Exhale. One more, so really pull the muscles in. Let's do one more with Mula Bandha at the top. So as you go into this, first Mula Bandha and then hollow. Supine twist. Changing sides. Bridge pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel the core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fish. So let's point the toes and put the top crown of the head on the floor. Release. And before going into Shavasana, just make sure that you're really, really, really comfortable, allowing for emptiness to enter in. And as you go into Shavasana, ask yourself one question. What is your true core belief? And allow it to just be as a question that doesn't need an answer. The answer oftentimes can come in waves of downloads over time, so you don't have to come out of Shavasana with an answer, but ask yourself the question. When you communicate or when you're in touch, one, with your true self, what is your core belief, core value? And allow this question to just be asked without being eager or having to know the answer cerebrally. It's better to know it within your body. And lay here for as long as you need to. And I'll say to you now, Namaste. Thank you for joining me. And remember to flow with strength and peace.